Well,
Morella, did you plan this?
Fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay, so the conversation has been ongoing back at the inn. The breakfast crowd is kind of in now. Vi, at one point, you probably see a guy go up to the bartender and, like, you know, he goes to, like, pay for his room and he doesn't have coin, so he's like, what the hell? You know, and he's like, oh, hold on, I'll be right back, and he runs up to his room and maybe finds something in a different, you know, slot on his pack. And then
Vi is extremely pleased with herself.
Sure, yeah. So then the last two of the party arrive, and they enter into the tavern and walk over to your table, which is kind of, you know, set back in the corner next to the bar. And so the six of you have congregated again, and we've already determined that the galleon and the knoll is a fairly secure place to conduct business. It's busy enough that it doesn't look odd for a group of you to be sitting there, but it's not so busy that there's prying ears and eyes. So we've determined that this is a secure location.
right.
Hey,
So-
hey.
So who starts it off once everybody gets back? First of
I
all,
would.
Morella, you're handed a shield by Farron.
Yeah, as I grabbed the shield, like, you see her, like, strap it onto her arm and things like that. She's like, it's a little light. Not exactly the material I'd like for it, but... And she looks at him, and she just gives him a simple nod. Thank you, though. I will make use of it. The last one was... unfortunately damaged.
Quick quick cut shot of, like, the mangled, bent, twain in two piece of shield metal that's at the bottom of burnt rubble.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, with that out of the way and all these feelings done, let's talk about what happened yesterday.
A
First
battle
off-
happened. That's what happened.
Thank you, Morella. Let's go for something a little bit more poignant. For instance, why was that there?
Tales of demons coming out in town don't happen every other Sunday.
Those children.
No, I
out there
specifically
were-
asked.
Those children were sacrificed out there. They were after something. What were they after? Does anybody know?
It might have been me. I don't know why, but it might have been me.
Share with class.
So you see this beautiful little bird here who's my buddy, right?
Currently drinking out of, like, a goblet sitting on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So, those three kids were, like, hurting it and going to kill it, so I stopped them. You know, Chester's compassionate, right? Right. And then, like, I don't know, 2-3 hours later, they just kind of killed themselves, and then the demons appeared, and, well, you guys know what happened after that.
Yeah.
Fire, death, burning, more death.
I would like to make it clear. They didn't kill themselves. Something killed them.
No, they totally slashed their throats.
No, they didn't.
I
They were
watched
cut by
it.
something magical.
Yeah,
Those
no, I
cuts were made
watched
by a
it.
knife.
I'm not sure who to believe at this point.
Right, I think
Yeah,
that's
like-
the
Well,
point, right?
I mean,
Like,
meaning no offense, Chester is less reliable source.
Chester was also the one who was there, as well as, I believe, Vi.
Yes, making
So I
him
could
all
be
the
wrong.
less. Wait, Vi.
Vi did not see the children. She like came after the inn was on fire.
I see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Well, in
there
any
only
case-
a few moments before you all did.
So you're saying that you saved that bird?
Yeah, this one. This beautiful little birdie right here.
May I
And
see
in
him?
response, children killed themselves to summon demons.
Yes.
All right. Can I see the bird?
It doesn't make any more sense the second time, trust me.
You didn't say
Chester,
think you
let me
should
see the
raise
bird.
this earlier.
You can see him, but you can't take him out of my hand.
Fine.
I don't think he'll let you anyway.
Fine. Can I examine this bird?
Sure. yeah.
Absolutely not.
What are you attempting to observe about it?
I want to see if there's anything particularly magical about this bird.
Okay, you can make an Arcana check. This looks like a normal sparrow.
Snow sparrow.
Doesn't seem like there's anything inherently magical about it.
What about just behavior-wise? Does it behave like a normal sparrow would?
It's a little strange that it's so attached to Chester, but it's not uncommon for animals to know, like, rescuers and to show
Compassion.
I don't think compassion is the right word. I think that, like, primal attachment to humans and other races. That's not an uncommon thing that occurs. To Chester specifically, it's probably super uncommon, but, that's odd. But for all intents and purposes, it just looks like a normal sparrow who appears to be just, a little overly friendly with humans for some reason. Be that because Chester did save its life, probably.
Animal, what are you getting at?
It's probably nothing. It's just strange, but animals do just imprint.
Yep.
It's
a good word for it.
Yeah, I got it from...
I wonder who came up with it. Interesting.
Yeah, nowhere. It's Let's just think for a second. Did you do anything else? Oh, wait, hold on. Can I examine the bird?
I mean, you just did.
Sorry, I mean, like, investigate it for, like, any marks.
Like, physically look at it? I mean, sure,
it's
sure. Roll an investigation check. Seems like a normal sparrow.
Yeah.
It's pretty common in cities. It's a little bit fatter than your average, like, wild sparrow, probably because it does live in a city and it's got plenty of food to eat.
I'd like to look and say, hi.
Kind of, it hops around in Chester's hand a few times and then cocks its head and then hops around in Chester's hand a few times. And
Can I try it in the other two languages I know?
Sure, yeah.
I'm grasping the straws here.
Including that one you used.
You could just let it go.
The
I
night
think
before.
Morella would stop you after a bit.
Both of them. Both of my languages.
All right, so I think how that scene plays out is Hannibal, like, starts speaking in this, like, these foreign languages, and Morella, you just, like, rest a hand on his shoulder, like, it's not the bird.
Yeah, probably not. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't.
Yeah. And Morella just kind of, like,
the bird is not a demon, or something along those lines. Right?
Yeah. And Morella just kind of, like, looks at the group, and she's like, we need to rethink what we're doing here and what we're going to do. As much as I want to deal with the Skaven threat within the Sterlins, there are more immediate threats around this city and within the city. You say that these demons were after you, Chester? Is that what you're insinuating?
Yeah,
that means you have more enemies. Perhaps your previous enemies have gotten in contact with demon summoners, which is even more scary.
I don't think so. I just want to leave the city. I'm done here.
If there are roots of chaos here, we need to seek them out.
I mean...
Plus, what do you think is going to stop them? They just killed children to get at you. Do you think leaving the city is going to do anything?
No, but there'll be less people that can hurt me.
Yes, and there'll be less people to help you.
I mean, clearly those people were no help to us.
True.
Right,
Children,
you can back me up on this one.
I just stare at him.
Again.
We can all stop letting Chester make decisions anytime. Now look, what is issue that you wish to discuss, Lady Mirella?
Our issues is, with the recent events are, and I kind of look over at Farron, the pretty one seemed to have gotten hurt.
Me? This is merely a flesh wound. Don't worry.
Chester, I can literally see the pus coming out of your chest.
You're literally coughing up.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you cough and like a little bit of blood spittle comes out of your mouth, yeah.
You are wounded. You are not essentially fit for combat.
Don't worry about me. Just maybe an extra day in town, and I'll sort it out.
She grimaces as you say that. And she kind of like looks at the others. I know you all aren't the friendliest with each other. However, if you're going to
we are
stay,
bonding.
if you're
Yeah,
going
we
to
just-
stay with me and my plans, we need to work together better.
I'm fine with working together.
Do you wish to choose slogan or perhaps tactical strategies for combat? Delta
No.
maneuvers?
No. What I'm getting at is we need to be more watchful. But also, while we are in the city, we need to make some plans, some advancements before we move out of the city. We need more time within the city to get things cleared out. I want to deal with Vi and Chester's lingering problem. I don't want it following us. As well as, well, giving Farron some time to recover. As well as, and I look at you, Akadi, and I say, for us to make more friends.
Yes, I believe your demon slaying yesterday will assist greatly with that. That should not be difficult.
I didn't expect it to. However, I do wish to spend time on it. So, I believe a little bit more time within the day should be advised. However, I won't force this group to stay if the majority of us doesn't wish to stay.
I'm fine with staying as long as there's chaos afoot. But I think you should remember that this isn't just a normal task we took up. This was a task that we got from the Emperor.
The Emperor is
It's
just
not
a man.
wise.
Such joker!
Yeah,
No one
yeah.
no one listening should take her seriously. She is such card.
Hannibal just sighs and says, even if he's just a man, he's a powerful man. Alright?
You know what I meant.
I know what you meant.
I do take the task that we were assigned very seriously, but we also have pressing matters in front of us. Things that we could possibly deal with immediately.
I'm fine with immediately. I just don't want this to take weeks.
I understand that, Hannibal.
So why don't we set a time limit?
We did before, and the time limit is now going to be increased.
I realize that. But I think we need a hard one that will actually follow. Barring any further circumstances, I think we should set out in 2 weeks.
She kind
No
of
more.
looks at the others. What do the others think? I have no real say in this matter. If you wish to leave, we will leave. However, I am just advising the situation as I'm seeing it.
Yeah, I cannot imagine we would need to stay here for more than 2 weeks.
She kind
I'm
of looks
saying
over at Farron.
Like
What about
songs
you,
of
Farron?
Fighting. It's better to like songs about defeating demons than it is of just mindless Skaven.
The
Skaven are
Skaven
anything
threat
but
we will
mindless.
still deal with. It's just putting it on the back burner for now, per se.
It's only Imperial Edict, it's not a big deal.
That's why I'm saying we only take 2 weeks' time with this. That's the upper limit. We won't go
Yes.
past.
We only take a slightly extended period of time with it. It's what we could do. However, if the others wish not to do it, or do not really care,
For all
Then
we know,
perhaps
we will
we
be
should just
finished
leave.
in 2 days anyway.
the sooner the better is what I'd like. However, with our recent events, we've only been in this city rather, for a few days. And a lot has come up. And a lot more has shown itself. So, what about you twos? And I kind of look over at Chester and Vi. What about you, Chester?
I want to go hide in a hole. Yeah.
Well, that will be easier in town than on the road. This is true.
Unless he digged himself a hole outside.
Yeah, like
yes, but then he has to dig fresh hole every day. It's great work. It's going to attract attention.
Yeah, no, I want big deep hole in the middle of nowhere with no people. Maybe Vi.
Also, sooner or later, one of a seal's hole.
Yeah, and a very clear trail right to where I am. You know, I want to be away from people. I shouldn't be involved in this conversation, probably. I'm just gonna go where Vi goes. And then Chester, like, tucks away with the little bird, watching it drink and play in the little cup.
You back,
So-
Vi?
Yeah, sorry. I just got back. I think that if you say you're gonna go hide in a hole or whatever you just said, Chester, I think if I would turn to you and grab both your shoulders and just shake you and be like, snap out of it. Oh my gosh, you need to get over it. We need to handle this threat. If it takes us one day, if it takes us 2 weeks, that's what we're gonna do. I'm staying here. I agree with everybody else. We can't keep running from everything, which, believe me, I would love to do.
Riding
of,
still seems like a fun idea.
by the way, Chester, I've been meaning to ask, who the hell did you piss off to be able for them to summon a general?
Everyone. Yeah.
I feel like there is a story we have not heard yet.
No, just being me. It's just what I do.
That was a fucking general with weird stone lodged in his chest.
Yeah, it happens.
It seems strange
It
things
does
happen
not.
within my company. I have seen stranger.
Has it happened before?
The demon thing, no. The kids killing themselves, nah, maybe. That I won't talk about.
Again,
No, you
I'd
need
like
to
to
speak.
reiterate, the kids were sacrificed.
Again, we can put this conversation at rest. I'm getting tired of it.
Alright, if we remain in town, what are we seeking? We are seeking information on who may have summoned demons. We are seeking information on who is trying to kill Vi and Chester, specifically right now. Locally.
Yes.
What else?
If I am to leave a mark within this land to make sure that I am proclaimed Empress, I wish to, I suppose, make friendlier ties as I go along.
No, this goes without saying. Did you perhaps make any friends at Gala?
Perhaps. The main lady
Let
of
me
the
start
event.
smaller. Did you perhaps not gravely insult people at Gala?
She shakes her
did,
head.
And you're welcome.
Yeah. I don't think you were actually here for that episode, Petrov. But
I was not.
if you didn't watch it, there was a little bit of drama, and a little bit of disagreeing with the. Let me phrase this. The premise of how the city should progress. Essentially, and I assume this would all be told, obviously.
Yeah.
The Count's wife, a Miss Lady Appleton, she proclaimed that the women of the nobility needed to make stronger progress in the helping of the common folk. There needed to be more reach out and more distribution of goods and that kind of thing. And there was a bit of disagreement with that, I think even within the party. But I'll let them obviously reveal that if they wanted to.
It was more of Vi didn't believe her words because she doesn't know really how the common people deal with problems and things like that. And Morella got that, but she still agreed with the idea of trying to help the common folk.
I was more upset at the fact that a woman who has probably never even met an orphan feels that she knows how they feel.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she talked about, creating better living conditions for beggars and orphans and et cetera, stuff like that. But she did it as the highest ranking nobility in the city, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes, regardless of the intent, it becomes a little bit pompous.
Patronizing, I think, is how Vi
Or
felt.
patronizing, yeah. Absolutely. To someone who is obviously in that situation. But she didn't know that. Or maybe she did. Who knows? She's pretty good at her job. But yeah, no, that was the general thing. Now, how to go about doing that, I think that would require some additional brainstorming. Like, how do you actually contribute to that? Do you just go, 90s montage of handing out food to orphans and, that kind of thing and, make your name that way? But that's kind of for you guys to decide if you want to pursue any of that at any point.
Right.
If you wish to do public relations, it seems that Vi would have strong opinions on proper approach.
I would certainly have some suggestions.
And I am open to those suggestions.
My only concern is that making ourselves known when we have such high threats after us is a little bit worrisome to me.
Yes, possibly first step is selecting where we will remain during stay in town and then making defensible.
Exactly my point.
Well, unfortunately, I am not familiar with this town, so I cannot give you any advice, really, about this matter.
I mean,
Well-
were you suggesting that maybe you find a different inn or tavern, or maybe that you reach out for assistance?
Well, okay, so I don't really know what the economics of the situation are supposed to be like. If we are planning to stay here for a more extended period of time, is it worth trying to rent a space or?
Yeah, get your own rental, basically, like a short-term deal.
Yeah. Get a house for a couple.
It would probably be more economically efficient if you're staying multiple weeks. Inns are really designed for a couple of days. Yeah, you could probably find your own place, your own townhome. It would obviously be more expensive up front, but over the course probably less expensive. And that is it would basically be all of you, even the ones that have to pay for modest or poor, would have to put in for everyone to live modestly, depending on the type of house that you would get. But you could still live for example, if Morella wanted to live wealthy, but you all put in for a modest home, she could still gain wealthy benefits, but you would pay for modest. So it would it would be more efficient in that regard, depending on the level of rental you wanted to receive.
Okay, let's turn Warhammer into a flat share comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. New Girl. I like it. Let's do it.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Actually, no. Probably more The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, if we're being completely honest.
Unbreakable.
For those of you that have never seen that show, please go watch it. It is one of the funniest things on television.
What do you want?
They filmed at my work, actually, which is pretty cool.
No way.
The episode where
Nice.
she meets her mom. That was
that's
filmed
awesome.
where I work. But that's neither here nor there. Great show.
Cool.
Hilarious. Cool. So yeah, you guys could go do that. Like, you could go
You
find
guys
like
go on
a
ahead.
reasonably
I'm
defensible location that isn't the tavern. Again, though, like so considerations. Let's just talk about considerations real quick. The cool thing about a tavern is there's other people there, right? So like, there's more people looking out, and there's more people like who could go get help in the event that something occurred, or in dire circumstances try and fight for their lives, you know, in your favor if you were to get like assassinated or something. But it is obviously more public, right? So it's obviously easier to track where you are and where you're going and where you're staying, being in an inn. So if you're attempting to go a little more subterfuge, definitely the getting a like 2-week rental is a good option.
I don't think we're going to be like renting a shack on the outskirts of town anyway. There are always going to be people around.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. But like in the immediate vicinity, there will be less people.
Yeah, mostly they get killed around us.
Mostly they do. You're right.
I mean, I have also set the Thieves Guild to check up on these assassins.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Yes, assholes. Cool. So yeah, so you guys want to look into doing that. But Hannibal, you said you were going to do something else?
I'm gonna go summon Puck in my room.
Sure. I'll be right back, and you see him carry a brazier, and it's like this, heap of materials underneath his arm, and he just like walks up the stairs.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I'm gonna go do something. Don't disturb me. Bye.
Right. Yeah. You all
Morello
probably
dismisses it like as if that's normal for Hannibal.
probably is. To be
That
honest.
was very, very normal. Now, if we are renting place, we should definitely look into defenses. We should consider respectability if perhaps you want to be able to meet people there, Lady Mirella. And, well, to put bluntly, we should consider whether we want to try to bait people who are trying to kill us into trying to kill us there on a battleground of our choosing.
She thinks about it and she's like, well, those are all excellent points. So perhaps
Thank
yes.
you.
Okay. So
Arkady looks around the group. He's kind of getting the feeling that he's going to be in charge of real estate here.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's probably appropriate, right? Because realistic.
Because Vibe doesn't have a house
Yeah,
or
'cause
never bought
have
one.
have you seen your party lately?
Yes, but okay. What Arkady is thinking right now, even if he hasn't said it outright, is that Vi is actually probably going to be a really valuable resource in picking places that are going to be difficult or at least awkward to try to break into.
Sure.
Oh, absolutely. Vetting the place is going to be easy for her. But actually, going about how to purchase one is confusing.
No, he'll handle that, but he'll want her along as a consultant.
She can be a very good resource to help negotiate as well. Don't forget that.
No, we are not killing people. Why do I always have to explain this to you?
Did not say killing people. I said negotiate.
You mean killing when you say negotiate. We have met before.
To be fair, I'm not usually the one who does the killing.
Yes, you were
She
not
has
one
a point.
talking.
Well,
Anyways,
go on.
continue, Petrov.
Oh, thank you. So I will handle living arrangements. Perhaps Vi can assist me in this. Lady Morello, you wish to do what? You wish to acquire supplies? You wish to go meet with nobility?
Anything I can from the city.
Well, far be it from me to tell future Empress what to do with her time.
Perhaps I can get ties closer with the nobility around the city.
You should be talk of town if story of demon battle yesterday has spread at all, which I should hope it has. If not, I will accelerate matters.
I did what I could.
Yes, what you could was inhumanly impressive. So, I imagine if you wish to acquire invitation to visit noble home, that should be simple.
Good. I was hoping it was going to be simple. At least with you, Petrov.
You're entirely too kind.
She smiled. Probably not as kind as you want.
Well done, now I am deeply uncomfortable.
You're welcome. She kind of looks at Chester and Vi. Chester.
Oh God.
He leans over and slaps you really hard.
Ow!
That was
I think
for making sure
Vi stands
that
up
you
and
didn't
she
have anyone around. And she glares at you, Vi, and she's like, "We've already had this discussion."
Yeah,
Just
no,
lucky
but
that
no. Vi stands up and puts her hands on the table as if she was going to attack you, and she's like, "Only I get to do that, lady. Please don't make me do that."
Slap him? And she kinda-
Specifically.
Fine, go slap him then.
You know, no, you don't need to. Already got one. Perfectly
He does
happy.
appear to be understanding central concept of buddy system now.
Good.
Yep. More people is a good thing.
I don't want any of you to die. Because of me.
No, only
no.
our own mistakes. Alright. Vi, if you would accompany me, I believe we will be selecting a nice bungalow.
I would absolutely love to. Just give me a quick moment. Vi goes to quote unquote change.
Sure.
What, she's gonna rob somebody else?
No,
Wouldn't
she's
doubt it.
needs to look respectable. And not like herself.
Fair enough. Now, Farron, you will be remaining here today, yes?
Nay, I may be searching around town to, see if there's anyone who can help with my current problem.
You could probably afford to send messenger or similar. We do not need you bleeding up and down market streets.
But does
Please.
leave a trail.
Arkady, you've known me for so long, you know I won't fall down just at the mere wind blowing.
No, but you are an extremely viable target. At least stay with... Well, I have no idea what Hannibal will do. Hannibal is conducting bizarre bedroom ritual right now.
He does that.
It's amazing.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Yep.
I'll wait for Hannibal to finish whatever he's doing, and then we'll head out.
Or perhaps Chester will be willing to accompany you.
Yep, sure. I'm in.
Good.
Hey, alright, but you better let me win the first round of poker.
I am sure you will be fleecing people in no time.
So that settles it then.
It seems so. We will reconvene in evening, and I will lead us to new boat, yes?
Yes. That sounds like a good idea.
Excellent.
Wait until the light no longer shows on us. And what's that? Mr. DM, take
And
over.
see.
Sorry. I'm building something for you. It may or may not be a bungalow.
Hey,
Yay.
bungalows.
Cool.
Now that is devotion.
So yeah, so Hannibal, you complete your ritual, because that took at least 10 minutes for that conversation to happen.
Yeah.
So you complete your ritual, Is this more appropriate? Yeah, that seems good. And a familiar form steps out of the smoke, and then
Welcome back.
you get like eyes just like glare at you, and then you feel a tiny pinprick like in your cheek, and there's a little tiny arrow just sticking out of your cheek. It doesn't do anything, obviously.
Let's be civil here.
She goes, "You should have listened to me."
I didn't hear you. You were far away.
And she goes, "It was like 15 feet."
That's far away. You know this mask doesn't do well with sounds.
"We have a bigger problem.
What's up?
What were those demons doing there?"
I don't know. Let me talk to the big girl.
"That's not how it works.
Ah!
I have
Why
a
that
message,
summon?
though. Listen."
Oh, fuck you. Sure.
Talk is a delight.
No, it's because Jordan has found the one thing he knows that annoys me. The one thing.
Good.
We all have to be
Damn
up somehow.
Yeah, and I think that you don't get like a verbal message or telepathic message, however it works. But you get like a series of images that flash, and it takes you a second to like kind of like pull them back up from your memory, but they're like burned in there now, right? Like you can see them as clear as if they were directly in front of you. And one of the images is the cut weirdstone. And another image I think is an image of like a hooded figure that you can't really see, who is like a jewel crafter, obviously, of some sort, because they have like all the tools and stuff at a workbench. And it's weird because all you can see is them, right? Them and their workbench. Like the rest is kind of shrouded in this dark, foggy, impenetrable darkness. And you see them working, and you see him hold up that gemstone, and you see him hand it to something through the fog that you can't see, obviously. Like his hand disappears into the fog, and he hands it to something, and then goes back and begins working again. And that's the image you get. Quote unquote message.
Fuck me. He's making more of them?
That's what it appears, yeah.
Oh, shit. Alright. I'm gonna need to relay this message to everybody else. So yeah, I go back down. And I'm like, hey everybody, I have some news.
Morella looks over and she's like, "Already? You work fast."
Thank you very much. My goddess has blessed me with a vision. He's seeing our plight and how great she is. She decided to bestow upon me a message.
Get to the point, Hannibal.
This is not the last we've seen of them. There's going to be a lot more, and they're going to be a lot tougher.
I figured that. Is that all?
There's a person that is making them stronger. Some type of jeweler.
Well,
We need to maybe get Vi or Chester or somebody that could search for people to look out for some type of jeweler.
that shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah.
Look for one jeweler within one of the largest cities within the Empire.
Hey, it's a lead. Do you have a lead? Didn't think so.
Don't get snappy.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
All right then.
She knows that, and she's like, can't help but like agree with him, but she still doesn't like the tone. And she looks at you, Hannibal, and she's like, you know, for you being smart, you can be dumb sometimes.
You know, for you being strong, you can get really close to dying, can't you? You know, I'm not good at these snappy comebacks now that I think about it.
You didn't take that course in sorcerer school.
No, I didn't. I didn't even go to
Just-
sorcerer school.
Just remember who. And she kind of just leaves it off there as like she remembers, fuck, he was the first one to save me.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Hannibal does says like, yeah.
Still, not the point. We
Mhm.
thank you, Hannibal. We
Oh,
will use
good.
this
Blistering
information-
banter is over.
Yeah. So yeah, what I said, find a jeweler.
Any particular jeweler?
You know, he's the one, the jeweler's the one who made that weird stone from yesterday. So, to work with weird stone requires a lot of equipment.
So
at least
more
from
well
what
off jeweler.
Jordan, would I be able to know what kind of equipment to be on the lookout for to see if it's been bought recently?
I mean, it requires the same equipment that any jeweler would require.
So, I want to recall the vision real quick. It was a man in a black robe.
Yeah, more than equipment, it requires a secluded or shielded or somehow hidden area.
Would it also require some kind of background in the arcane?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, so I definitely bring that up. Some type of wizard or sorcerer, most likely. Maybe even a priest, but that's very unlikely. That's the kind of person we're looking for. A jeweler with a background in Arcana.
Yes, most
Hello?
definitely. Sorry. Yeah, it would definitely require someone that knows. I mean, just to work with the stuff is dangerous enough, and if you don't know what you're doing, you're liable to just, go insane.
Yeah, so I say that. Jeweler, background Arcana. Go, 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 go.
Right. Exactly.
Also, I get my bag of gunpowder, and I'm going to start carrying that around with me.
Okay. All right. Noted.
Yeah.
Noted. Hannibal is now explosive prone.
I am. That's the point. It's also because since apparently we're being targeted, I don't feel like leaving valuable stuff in my room.
How do you know Vi left it there when she saw Morella?
Oh, you shit.
Yeah, it's true. That is, I mean, she makes a point.
Is it there?
Yeah, it totally is.
The panic.
The brief.
But anyways,
I worked hard for that.
yeah, and it wouldn't take much for Vi to steal it away.
I know.
Cool. So with the group of Farron and Chester and Morella and Hannibal, would you go with them to do their searching for somebody to heal Farron?
Sure. I got nothing better to do at the moment.
I think I'd rather go with Arcadi.
Okay, so
And,
we're gonna do 3 and 3.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
because I feel like they're kind of like doing the more of like finding subtleties type of thing, while we're just kind of looking for a bungalow type
That's
of thing.
true,
And
yeah.
this is also going to be a learning experience for Morella, because
how to buy land.
so she's more interested in that prospect than what the others are doing.
Okay. Cool.
So
It's
essentially the ladies and the short guy together with the other 3 guys together.
Okay. Do you guys
So,
want to take a quick break there? And we'll come
Sounds like a
back
good
and
spot, too.
jump
Sure.
into what the two of them
Sure.
do.
But just real quick,
Yeah.
Chester would not be going inside at all, ever, when they go and ask if the jeweler knows anything. Just
All right.
for reference.
Well, that's for the other 2 to deal with, not me. So
Tell me what you
Super
know,
paranoid.
motherfucker.
Got it.
I'll end you.
Yeah.
I really want to get to an interrogation scene.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Noted.
Ask if
Um,
you shall receive.
Well, not me being interrogated.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I don't know if you got that in under the buzzer. We'll have to figure that out.
Oh, shit.
Survey
Oh.
says.
Deck save?
Yeah, so let's take a quick little 10-minute break. We'll be back at 8 o'clock.
Right.
Eastern Standard, for those of you that are in different time zones.
Cool.
And we'll see what happens on your realty / find Farron somebody who's going to give him half of his hit points back extravaganza.
Yay.
Brilliant.
Alright guys, we're going to take a quick little break. Let me set some things up here so we can do time now. We want 100. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna turn on some music. And I'm gonna switch the scenes here. Boop. Wait, that's the wrong one. Hold on, we'll get it here in just a second. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Okay. I'm turning some music. See you guys in a few minutes.